They done screwed with the wrong people. And such is the cliffhanger from the end of Season 4, which I just watched tonight. But, foreshadowing a pretty epic skirmish, if you will, at Terminus, the Sanctuary, versus Psychopath Grimes and company. And I gotta say, premiere-wise, I want to know what you guys thought, first of all. I know it's, of course, the topic for conversation today, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to anybody about it, really, so I really wanted to figure out how everybody felt about this one. Overall, I really liked the episode. I would definitely say probably an 8 out of 10. The only thing that really got me, and this is something that The Walking Dead does repeatedly if you watch it, it's the way it handles main character versus red shirt. And this happens a lot when zombies attack the characters. Watch sometime when they're wandering around with the random dude number 26. Who they happened upon or who is just a background character. Like, think those people on Lost who you'd never seen before except they're in the background of, like, one episode because they were the filler characters. If a zombie bites these guys, they come out of the woodwork, nobody knows they're there, and, like, their teeth forward, right in, and immediately bite him, and then, we gotta kill that guy or he's gonna turn. Every time. But when they come after a main character, they just kind of haphazardly grab at them. They never really try to get in there to bite them. The way that these are staged in this show, a lot, it never really feels like the main characters are in any danger. And this had the same kind of feeling. They line them up at this trough. I mean, were these guys cannibals in Terminus? I really think they were. The show kind of alludes to it without outright stating it, but I mean, that's pretty much the idea that I got. But at any rate, they line up a bunch of red shirts, plus Daryl and Rick and Glenn, our most beloved characters, and they bash the red shirts in the back of the head with an aluminum baseball bat, knock them out, then slit their throats. Okay, bleed them out into the trough. But then right as the guy gets behind Glenn, it's The Walking Dead does it so often. It's so, like, predictably, the guy gets ready to swing and, guy stops him. Okay. Go through a couple little things, and then the guy gets ready to swing again. Something else stops him. And that's, like I said, that's one of the telltale things about The Walking Dead. And I mean, unfortunately, it's just one of those bad that you take with the good. Unfortunately, this episode had a lot more good than bad in it. Carol, right? I mean, basically starting a war and, blowing up the propane tank. She's really developed into a strong character over the, past couple of seasons. She was, I remember in the first season, and I just recently reread my review of Season 1, where I referred to Ed, her husband, as the Hank Hill of domestic violence, because that's exactly what he sounded like. She has come a long way from that character. She's very meek, very quiet. She's, of course, she killed the two survivors at the prison there when they came down with the sickness, culminating in, her getting kicked out of the camp, and then, stumbling upon Tyrese and the girls and all that. Where's Beth? That's one of the questions that we still have remaining unanswered. Most of the main characters now are all together. We've got everybody pretty much together. And Morgan is back. The dude from the pilot, like way forever ago. I can't even remember the last time I watched the pilot for this show. But yeah, I know, I've never read the graphic novels, mind you, but I know in the graphic novels, eventually he ends up coming back and factoring into the show. But yeah, hey, he's back. So that happened. Like I said, overall, I really like this episode. I really like the direction that this kind of puts it in. Keeping the show on the move really worked well last season. Of course, they split it up into smaller groups of characters. That seemed to benefit the show better than having a big group, because you constantly have all these people going back and forth. And of course, you got the Eugene guy and Abraham, all the different newer people from latter part of Season 4, in with our, seasoned regulars now. Hard to think of, Tyrese as being a seasoned regular now, or even Michonne. But there's a lot that could really happen this season. The one thing that I don't want, whenever the show settles into a place, it seems to get more stagnant. There always just seems to be a greater underlying tension to it when they are constantly on the move, when they constantly have to be on the move for self-preservation. I think if they stick with that idea, and we know they won't, but if they stick with that idea, and, as long as I hate Rick Grimes. The dude is a freaking psychopath. Like, we're meant to view him as the protagonist of the show, and he has deviated so far away from that. Like, he's kind of like tipped over the scale of too far gone at this point. And I mean, it'd be nice to see like some kind of redemption, like something that would like, grab his, the back of his shirt and pull him back from the ledge before he completely nosedives off of the thing. I think, getting a whole little ass kicker for the first time in quite a while, since hasn't seen her since the prison attack, that might help. But I mean, come on, like it's just I detest his character. I've always hated his character. He was like this complete like miserable little bitch of a character. Compared to Shane, who was completely the voice of reason, and everything Shane wanted to do and said that they should do was correct, except for Rick talked everybody out of it. Like, and that's kind of, people still look to Rick as the de facto leader of the group, even though the dude's a psychopath. And it's nice to hear some of the voices chiming up in the background being like, dude, no, they're not, we gotta go there now until they're dead, or whatever the hell he says. And then, like, it would be nice to see him get some kind of redemptive arc, over the course of this season. Because we've had a couple seasons now of him just completely devolving. After killing Shane in season 2, like, into this complete psychopath of a character. And he's detestable. I can't stand the guy. But at any rate, I'm rambling, and I just want to know what you guys think. Join the discussion on our Facebook page. I am going to be reviewing every episode this season. I have a love-hate relationship with this show. Please watch the look back I just did earlier tonight, right there. And, you'll definitely see, especially if you read some of my old reviews going back to the first couple seasons, I really, really dislike a lot about this show. But I think it has a lot of great things about it, too. So I'm really hoping we get to see a lot more of those shine this season, and I'm looking forward to it. What do you think's going to happen? Are we going to see the guys from Terminus again? Are we going to see, like, that really creepy dude in, like, the flashbacks to the beginnings of Terminus? Or whatever. It raised a lot of questions for me, and I'm really, really intrigued to see what's going to happen. What do you think of Eugene? This fire with fire nonsense. Is there anything to it? Of course, I've read about Eugene's character from the graphic novels. I won't spoil that for people that don't, but, what do you think? Let us know.